going, guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be making a drill shelf for my workplace. So currently all the drills and sanders and battery tools just get thrown on the benches and leave a pretty messy looking workspace. So I'm going to make a shelf to house all those tools. So to make that project, I'm going to be using some of this material here. So it's just a bit of 15mm thick plywood, and I've had it ripped down to 300mm wide pieces, as you can see here. So stay tuned and we'll get into it. So I knocked up some drawings and a cut list for this one, so hopefully it means I won't make any mistakes, but stranger things have happened, so we'll see how we go. So I've got these three pieces I need cut to 200mm wide. So these are pretty well just offcuts that I got left over from cutting all that wood. Just to make sure that they're all consistent with the exact same width, I'm just going to run them through the table saw, and it's a bit easier than trying to cut a couple mil off it, and trying to balance it off that fence there. So I'll do that now. So I've made a mistake when I made this cut list. I didn't account for the rebate joins in the corners. So unfortunately I've made a mistake, but it's not that bad because I actually cut them 15mm too long, these side pieces. Jesus, there you go, Jesse. So I got a bit distracted there by the dog as usual, but here I'm just cutting the extra 15mm off each of those sideboards. Once those boards were cut, I could then set the saw up to do the rebate joins on the top pieces. So yeah, here I'm just ripping through them. Because of the capacity of my saw, I couldn't quite get them in one full pass, so you'll see in here I'll set them up and cut about most of the way through it, and then flip it around and just cut that tiny little bit at the end that you can see there. With a bit of rooting around with me setup, I finally got the rebates cut, so I'll just go through them now with a chisel just to tidy them up a little bit. They come up alright. One of them's pretty ordinary, but the other three are all spot on, so I'll just clean those up with a chisel and it should be good. So next steps to do the dados for the shelf to sit in. So I've got the side bits here, so I'm just going to mark out the height of where this dado's going to go. Not sure if I'll do it on the dropper or on the table saw, but I'll get it marked out first and I'll work it out. Alright, so I'm ready to start whacking it together. Got those dados cut and they come up absolutely magic, so they're good. So I'll start getting into putting it together. I'm just going to glue each joint with a bit of glue, and then I'll just throw a nail, just with an 18 gauge nail in there, just to sort of hold it together while it's drying. So yeah, that's about it. So the shelf's fully together now pretty well. So next thing I'm going to do is just mark this out for pocket hole screws, and then I'll pocket hole screw these dividers in. So I'll get into that now. I've been through and marked where each board has to go as well, so should be right just to slap these in and screw them down. So I whack a little bit of glue on there as well, just to help it bond, and then I'll give the screwing a go. So I've been able to get all of them screwed in, the dividers, so they've come up good. The only problem I've had with them is the heads here of these crank screws stick out a tiny bit. You can barely see it, but I wasn't too stressed about it. I just left that and just rolled with it. The sanders that are going on in here aren't really going to hit those, or it's not going to interfere with anything, and it's only a workshop piece, so I wasn't too fussed about it. So yeah, but apart from that, it's come up awesome. So when I cut this sheet, I made it so it hung over the edges a little bit, just so I could run over with the router and tidy the edges up. So I'll go and get onto this. Next thing, and pretty well the last one, is I need to make these slots that go in the top here. So these will be where the drills hang, so basically the drill will go in there, like to hang like that. So I just need to make a slot for that drill to come back into there like that. So I think there's going to be 5 of them, it looks like, from the drawing here. And I'll mark out a hole, or I'll make a mark for the Forstner bit to go through. So I'll just drill through with the Forstner bit, and then I'll use my jigsaw and run up to the edges of that hole. So yeah, I'll get into that now. Unfortunately, the Forstner bit wasn't cutting the mustard, so I had to change over and grab the hole saw, which just about ripped my armour and my socket, but apart from that, it went pretty good. didn't get a very good shot of me using the jigsaw there, but basically I just followed the lines up to the holes with the jigsaw and cut the rectangular piece out. That was where the base of the drill handle should be able to slide through and rest in there. So I'm on the home stretch with this one. I'm just going to use a round over bit on the router just to round these edges over and make it a bit smoother. So yeah, we'll do that, and then I need to drill a hole in the back there because there's going to be charges sitting on here. So I want a hole in the back for the cords to feed through, and then a quick sand and it should be all sorted. So overall, I'm pretty pumped on how this shelf come out. It's stored the tools way better than how they were. And there's one thing I need to change on it though. I wanted to leave it and see how it went, but the weight of all those drills is causing the top to sag just a tiny bit. So I'll probably just go in later on and put an extra brace in there just to strengthen that up. So yeah, if you like that one, just make sure you subscribe to my channel for more videos to come. Cheers.